Recently, I've been reading a book about Katherine Willoughby. You might know her as Catherine Brandon. She was the fourth wife of Charles Brandon, the first Duke of Suffolk. So a little backstory, and then I'll explain why I'm making this video. So Katherine Willoughby, her parents were William Willoughby and Maria de Salinas. Maria was Doña Maria. She was one of the ladies who came with Catherine of Aragon of Spain to England, and Catherine of Aragon was the first wife of Henry VIII. Henry VIII of England is the famous Tudor king that had 6 wives, Catherine being the first. So her lady, Maria, married William Willoughby, and then they had Catherine. They also had 2 sons, but both sons died in infancy. And so that meant when William Willoughby died, he left his fortune to Catherine. Catherine was still a minor at this time, and so that meant she became a ward of the kingdom. And so at this time, Charles Brandon, who was a really good friend, childhood friend of Henry VIII, he had become the first Duke of Suffolk, and Charles Brandon got to have Catherine as his ward. And later, after Charles Brandon, after his third wife, who was Mary Tudor, which was Mary Tudor was the younger sister to Henry VIII. Well, when his third wife, Mary Tudor, died, he married his ward, Catherine Willoughby, and then that meant he got access to all of her estates and finances. So there's more, if you want to learn more about the intricacies of the behind the scenes and stuff, then there are books out there. So anyways, I was doing some research to look up more about Catherine Willoughby, and well, if you look at Wikipedia, if you do any research whatsoever, I recommend, if you use Wikipedia, use your best judgment. Wikipedia is something that if you are just looking something up real quick, chances are you'll probably find information on it, and it might be correct, it should be correct. However, Wikipedia is a website that anyone can go into and then edit the information, so the information you find may not always be correct, which is what I found out today and the reason for this video. And that is because while I was scrolling through Catherine's information on Wikipedia, I scrolled down and then I found a miniature portrait of her, and it said after Hans Holbein the Younger. And I got super excited for a moment because if you've watched my channel, then you probably know that I've studied Hans Holbein the Younger, and I've been researching different portraits that he painted, because historians believe that he painted over 150 portraits just in the 10 years that he was at the Tudor court. And so for me to see this little miniature painting that said after Hans Holbein the Younger, which means it may not have been painted exactly by him, but at least in his shop, maybe by an apprentice. But the thing was, I clicked on the miniature, and then it just said that the information came from a book that was published in 2009. And so that's when I started scouring the internet trying to find where this miniature was originally located, because if it's a digital file, then chances are the original is with a trust like the Royal Collection Trust. It might be with the Met Museum. Pick a museum. You just have to find where the original digital file is, and then that's where I found myself looking at, I believe it's Grimsthorpe Castle. That's the location where Catherine Willoughby died, and or died and was buried, but that's the location, that trust, that's who has the miniature, and the miniature says it was painted by Lucas Horenbout. So that's where, one, I was a little bummed because I was hoping that I found, there was another Holbein painting for me to look at, because Catherine has blackwork on her collar in this miniature portrait, and so I was excited. So a little bummed that it is not a Holbein painting, but that also meant I went back to the Wikipedia page and then had to figure out how to change this information so that way the correct information is out there, and that's the point of this video, so follow along as I try to correct Wikipedia. So I was doing some research on Catherine Willoughby, who was the fourth wife of Charles Brandon, 1st Duke of Suffolk, and just for starters, I looked at Wikipedia, and then while reading through and stuff, I went down here, I saw this picture, and then I saw where it said by Hans Holbein the Younger, I got super excited. And then this is also where you learn that Wikipedia, it can be a starting place for your research, but definitely you want to follow up, because if you look here, again, here's the picture, and then right here it says miniature of Katherine Willoughby by Hans Holbein the Younger. And the thing is, I looked all over through the internet trying to find where this portrait could be, because if you can see, she has black work on her collar, and I was super excited to find yet another Holbein painting, but that's not the case. Welcome to Grimsthorpe. This is their website. Grimsthorpe is the castle where Katherine Willoughby died, and this is the same portrait. However, it was painted by Lucas Horenbout. Lucas Horenbout was an artist in the Tudor court. He was born roughly between 1490 and 1495, and he was an artist. He specifically did miniatures for the king, and he died roughly about 1545. And for example, this is him, but if you look, this is on Google, this is not Horenbout, and this is not his miniature. This is Hans Holbein the Younger painting a self-portrait miniature. So even when you look on Google, you have to be, you have to check to see what is or is not real. So this is Horenbout, this is Horenbout, this. But like I said, that is not. So I know this one is. This is of Catherine of Aragon. So you just have to double check things. To me, if you look at the differences, you can definitely see a difference between this portrait and this portrait. And so you can definitely tell that they were painted by two different artists. One is Horenbout, and then this is Holbein the Younger. And so me being me, I wanted to see if there was a way that I could correct this information on Wikipedia. So this is the miniature portrait of Katherine Willoughby, and when you scroll down, right here it says artist after Hans Holbein the Younger, and then there's a little pencil button here, and I'm going to see if I can fix that to reflect what this museum has, which is the Grimsthorpe Castle, and it actually shows that it was painted by Lucas Horenbout. And so I believe that I have this verified. You can see down here the Grimsthorpe Drummond Castle Trust, which I would trust a lot more than I would Wikipedia. So let's see if I can edit this to have it corrected. Right now I'm just getting the web address, taking it back over here, and let's see, I will put a reference URL, and then let's see, oh no, click publish, and let's see if this works. Well, it's still saying after Hans Holbein the Younger. I will have to play with this to see if I can, well, there it is right there with one reference, so maybe it just takes time for the website to update. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to watch more of my videos, please follow the links on the side of the page. Please select thumbs up that you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. And please click subscribe and ring the bell to be updated when new videos come out.